first of all, thank you all for coming, and it's just an honor to be here with you all. So many of my friends. Thank you to Samantha, thank you to the Alley, thank you to Dylan, the videographer, thank you to all of you. I also wanted to say that my poems are quite personal in nature, and I wanted, there are countless other poets through the ages who have written a more political poem, and I think of today particularly the Ukrainian poets who write their poems, craft their poems in service of their country, like Serhiy Zhadan. And if you don't know his work, you should look him up. And I just wanted to give a bit of tribute to those poets who are struggling. So anyway, this reading really is in celebration of the, for me anyway, the publication of The Art of Falling. And thank you. And anyway, where do I go? I go to the first poem, Ride, which is really a poem that is written to my past self, my former self, that is when I was a little girl. And when I was a little girl, I was very influenced by my father, who kindly introduced me to both horses and poetry. And so this is what this poem is about. It's called Ride. Big hands hoist you up onto the horse's back in your pink tutu and ballet slippers, showing off your rows of chiclet teeth. A glittering tiara holds your bangs in place. A young man, his hair slicked back with vitalis, stands at the horse's head. Musky fragrance dusts your tights, your leotard, the years ahead that haven't happened yet. Give me your hand. Let me help you off the giant who is about to offer you a lifetime of impossible ambition. It's your chance to settle back into me. Choose another path. You have no inkling of danger and only a little of pride. When your father lifts you onto that warm, forgiving back, higher than you've ever been before, you hand him the princess wand and take up the reins. Moving right ahead, I'm going to read 6 poems from the book, just so you know, so you can prepare ahead of time. The next poem is, if anyone who knows me at all well knows that I have an absolute terrible sense of direction. And just the other week, I went off course in a stadium round, even though I'd already ridden that same round. And so I have the Nomer Wrong Way Wendell. So it is absolutely ridiculous that someone like me would go to Hitchcock Woods alone. But I have, and I did, and this is what happened. It's called Lost in Hitchcock Woods. I want to also say that my poems often start in one place and they end up in another. Imagine. Bending my head over Cal's bony withers, I fan the map with its cobweb of trails lacing together this green confusion. If I'm lucky, hoofbeats and a stranger pointing our way. Luckier still, slackening the reins will work. My horse chooses the path bedded with chestnut spines and sentried by longleaf pines sighing over us. A glance over my shoulder. It's only the past, waving its sword at me, trying to catch up and failing. Gee, I have a lot of animals, thank you, Barry, in my poems. A lot of horses, a lot of dogs, a lot of domesticated and undomesticated. The poems I'm reading tonight, I didn't intentionally do this, but they're often poems of place, as is this poem. I'm not a native of Aiken, as is Evelyn, but I moved here from Maryland, and then there were a variety of other places before then, but from Maryland, and this poem was written when I was first coming to Aiken, spending time here and not living here. And it's called, At First I Think Dogs. Choke chained stakes and front yard lots, while Simon stays pinned to my side. I blink slowly, a barred owl, rotating its head, though there's nothing to see. The invisible keeps up its maniacal anthem. Wow, 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 wow. Night slithers in beside me. I wake, sweating from phantom nerves. Without you, I can roll over and not reject love. Without you, I can listen to them baying at the hunger moon as out of their element as I am. Simon rouses every few refrains and gives a short, abrupt grunt from the bottom of our borrowed bed, ears pricked and listening for footsteps, until the vast, obsessive chorus calls it quits, huddles under the nearest blackjack oak, or slinks into the den they've dug in the morning sand. Wherever they go, the night goes with them. Wherever they go unseen, those blasted coyotes. And this too is very much an Aiken poem, but it's sort of a play on words, and it's titled While Driving Hysteria, but substitute wisteria for hysteria. And it's an appropriate time of year, isn't it? Because it's just coming out. While driving hysteria hangs in pervasive dollops from the treetops, waving me on from Bethune to Rockingham and Darlington, its vines wrapping the tallest pines, cascades of lavender embroidering the trees. I've always been too shy to be preponderant and outspoken, settling on a firm-heeled and attractive silhouette. At 24, when my violet ovary twisted, they had to cut it out of me. I comment on the heavy clusters to a pit stop cashier who lifts her head from the till and stares me down above jars of pickled eggs and hog's feet. She hands back my cash with a shrug. Wisteria? That weed? It drives me crazy. Me too, I say. And we both smile, neither of us admitting how much we consider each tendril. Two more poems. This poem is called Ripple Effect, and it's written for my daughter, and it's really, though, about love gone awry. Ripple effect. Water is a fickle muscle, teasing the ball out, rippling it back toward shore, as faithful Georgia swims to fetch it. I have been both water and dog, panting for a man who loved me. I have been hungered for and left hungry, like a lake drained of its want. I love you, I pleaded to Howie. He moved to Mexico. I love you, to Larry, but he moved back home. I love you, I lied. Gary chose someone more truthful. I hoped for better for my daughter. She loved and was left, was loved and was gone, like sunlight dancing on pond water. Someone will find me, won't they, she asks. Yes, I say, but he'll have to swim for it. And the last poem, I was going to read from the book because this version is slightly different. Oh well, you'll have to get the book. My poems go through countless drafts, just like over and over till the moment of publication. And some of them take literally years to write. This is very true of this collection. This is the title poem of the book, and it's called The Art of Falling. When I moved to Aiken, I had a series of very unfortunate accidents, horse accidents, and I suppose that's the impetus behind this poem, The Art of Falling, which you horse people will understand very well. Come off a horse enough times, and you learn how to fall. As it is with snow, rain, or love, all goose down, no elbows. The horse spooks at a leaf, knocking you sideways, saddle slipping, and, well, you're going down again. Relax. You'll get used to it. Relax, you say to the lobster, just before plopping him into the roiling pot. Relax, you say to a friend on the eve of another bender. You say it to yourself when falling off a barn ledge onto the concrete shed road. It's easy to imagine a soft landing. But when your mother sinks into her pillow, she knows she's not falling with grace. Blah, 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 she mouths, flicking the back of her needle-bruised hand, as if brushing away a gnat, as the priest lowers his head to trace the thumbprint of oil, first up and down, then sideways, on her glistening forehead. Thank you.